The National Football League just banned a creator. If you tried this, you would be banned instantly. Not for a game, not for a season, from the entire league. And that is exactly what just happened. End response raised questions worth understanding. Not to a player, not to a coach, to a content creator. And the reason is not what he did, it is where he did it. You have seen moments like this before, but you never fully understood what they revealed. During the third round of the 2026 NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, a YouTuber walked onto the stage. He was wearing a fake credential he had printed at a Staples copy center. He slipped through a staff entrance. He made it all the way to the microphone. With the 67th pick, before production cut his audio, security stepped in. Police escorted him out of the building. And a few days later, the NFL sent him a letter. You are indefinitely banned from any NFL game or event. The ban is league-wide and will be enforced rigorously. If you are found at any NFL event, you will be removed and arrested. That was the full response. For a fake credential, for a few seconds at the microphone, for a prank. Now think about how quickly that decision was made. Not after a long investigation, not after weeks of review. Almost immediately, large live productions are structured to prevent unauthorized access. And when that structure is breached, even briefly, the operational response tends to be immediate. Because the longer an unplanned moment exists inside a live broadcast, the more it needs to be addressed. Not physically, operationally. The response suggests the league viewed the incident as a serious breach of broadcast and event access protocols. And understanding why that matters requires understanding what the NFL actually is as a business. The NFL is not just a sports league. It is also a large media and broadcast business. And that system does not just exist during big events. It exists in every game you watch, every replay angle you see, every microphone you hear, every sideline conversation that makes it to broadcast. All of that goes through a production and editorial process before it reaches the viewer. So when something appears that was not part of that process, not scheduled, not coordinated, it falls outside the established framework of the broadcast. That is what large live productions are built to manage. A broadcast machine, a business that manages the production and distribution of what you see, when you see it, and how you see it. It manages who receives credentials. It manages who gets camera access. It manages which microphones are active and which are not. It manages what gets broadcast, what gets clipped, and what gets distributed, and it determines who does not receive any of that access. Broadcasters operate within that framework. Reporters operate within that framework. Team employees operate within that framework. An independent creator operates differently. An independent creator can reach an audience directly, without a credential, without a broadcast agreement, without going through the established production process. That is the operational distinction this situation highlights. Because that creator entered a broadcast the NFL manages, he reached a microphone on a stage within a credentialed event space. And for a few seconds, he was present in a moment that had not been coordinated through the standard production process. That is the type of situation large live productions are structured to prevent. Because once that happens, even briefly, it falls outside the coordinated framework of the event, and the response reflects how seriously the league treats that boundary. The league's response indicated the severity with which it treats unauthorized access to its events and broadcast infrastructure. The parameters were made clear. You can report on the NFL. You can comment on the NFL. You can build an entire channel about the NFL. But the physical boundaries of its events, its stages, its production areas, its credentialed spaces, require authorized access. That boundary was crossed, and the response addressed it accordingly. Because this goes beyond one moment at the draft. It reflects standard practice across major sports productions and live broadcast events. Sports, media, entertainment, any large-scale live production where access is managed, relies on that structure remaining intact. When it is breached, responses like this are consistent with how major productions protect their broadcast infrastructure. And it is worth noting that the NFL is not unique in this regard. Major concerts, award shows, political conventions, all operate under similar credentialed access frameworks. The protocols exist across the industry. The NFL's response was consistent with that broader standard. Watch closely, because once you understand how that structure operates, you start recognizing it across broadcast sports and live events of all kinds, in every credential space, in every production decision about what reaches the viewer. That is the operational reality. This event brought into focus commentary and analysis based on publicly available reporting and footage, not affiliated with the NFL.